we've spoken to 2 of the 3 homeowners already. Unfortunately, we couldn't speak to the third one because of her job.
Right.
And so I'm going to just call her Aninonymous because I don't know if we want to use her real name or not, and we didn't have a chance to, get with her. Mm-hmm. And so we'll just refer to her as Aninonymous. And this is some of what she wrote in the investigation request that she submitted to us online. This has to do with a specific bedroom that she says most of the activity takes place in, as read by our text-to-speech app.
There is one bedroom in particular that gives off a bad vibe. A number of frightening things have happened. When this was my sister's bedroom, she said she would wake up in the middle of night to a strange dark shadow breathing over her. On one occasion as this was happening, she looked into the closet and saw a little girl that warned her to get out. Ooh. Most recently, my nephew was staying in the bedroom and says that he would hear and see strange things in the closet. It got to a point where he was so scared that he would sleep with the light on. He insists that there is a negative energy in the closet and that he also has awoken to a shadow figure breathing heavily over him.
You can understand why PRI is interested in this house.
Yeah, hello.
A little girl in the closet telling you to get out?
Yeah, and little kids always see ghosts.
Oh my gosh.
Oy.
Okay. Now, after 7 o'clock this morning, I will play another clip as read by our text-to-speech app from Aninonymous, where she talks about the scariest event that has ever happened in all the years there. Recently, she said, by far, the freakiest thing that has ever happened. Had I not lived it, I never would have believed it.
Oh, man.
Mike and Tricia Mornings, 93.1 KISS FM. Just after 8 o'clock today, Ramiro Galvan, Paranormal Research Investigations, will be our in-studio guest again, because today's the day that we figure out which house gets ghost hunted for Halloween.
Right.
We've spoken to the 3 homeowners that Ramiro and his crew found the most compelling, their stories. Yesterday, we spoke to Diana, and the reason that we like to have them on is because, before making the final decision, it's because many times we learn things that are not in the submission request that they didn't tell us about. Like Diana yesterday, for example. Here's something we didn't know about that we found just recently had happened with them.
I'm going to have family to come over and visit from Houston, and so we're cleaning, and she has the bookshelves that are in the video. Well, at the very top, when we moved in, we didn't clean up there. And so what we find up there, a leg, like from a Barbie doll, a bloody sock.
What?
And a muffler to a vehicle, to a semi truck.
Talk about random.
Totally
Those
random.
are 3 of the most random things that would be up there on the shelf. Sounds like brujeria kind of stuff, man.
Well, my son, he dislocated his hip. The muffler, well, my husband had issues with his truck. Big expenses with his truck.
Doesn't that sound like brujeria stuff?
Yeah, especially since, of all things, to a semi, and her husband is a long haul driver, like of semis.
And that happened in the bedroom, her daughter's bedroom, where her daughter on video captured a shadow figure.
Yes.
So that's why we like to talk to people, before making the final decision.
Yeah, because that wasn't even...
It wasn't even mentioned at all. The third homeowner did not have a chance to make it in studio or call because of her job. But our text-to-speech app is going to read from the submission request. And the part that the text-to-speech app is going to read out is the part where she talked about something that happened that she said, had it not happened, had she not been there to witness it, she would have been like, yeah, no, that can't be. Here it is. Check it out.
This summer we experienced the scariest event yet. My nephew was sleeping on the sofa and woke up crying, begging us for help and to get him, the spirit, out of him. He kept crying that it was in him and wouldn't leave him alone. The way he was laughing was the creepiest laugh ever. This went on for hours until my nephew fell asleep. When he woke up the next day, he had no memory of the events that happened the night before. If I hadn't seen this with my own eyes, I would have never believed it.
Isn't that bizarre?
I would be moving out the very next day.
Right.
I mean, I would be like, yeah, that's it. I'm good. I'm done.
And no offense, I'm sure they love him, but I would have left the nephew behind.
Michael.
I mean, you know. Honestly. So yeah. I mean, you know, those are some really compelling stories, and then you add to it Samantha, the first one that we interviewed, and the ghost that followed her over here, that traveled with her, that gave us this ghostly greeting. Oh, we got some decisions to make. You know, I'm thinking maybe if we can twist Ramito's arm, he can do all three of them.
That would be, because, you know, really, honestly, these are, I mean.
Right?
You know, I read some of these, and it's funny because, like, I'll be at home, you know, just, like, towards the end of the afternoon, starting to get a little bit dark, you know, and I open up my email, and I'm reading some of them. I don't do that anymore. I'm reading them here at work in the bright light of day. Because it was like, oh, God.
And no one can blame you. Mike and Tricia Mornings, 93.1 KISS FM.